Yeah, we've had a great week of practices and just really excited to kind of gear up and play somebody different. We've played ourselves now for quite a bit, and it's just something that we need to go out and play a different team now and play somebody who isn't super familiar with our sets, super familiar with our personnel, so that we can get a little bit more acclimated into college basketball. We have a lot of newcomers this year, and so that's going to be a huge thing for us in these first couple games. Our freshmen getting their feet wet and starting to understand what college basketball is truly about. You know, I think they do a really, really good job of not getting sped up. And they do a really nice job of playing at their own pace and playing their style of basketball, and which is going to be a fun style to watch. We've been able to get a lot of threes and a lot of layups so far in our preseason scrimmages and different things like that. So I'm really intrigued with you know, how well can this team mesh and come together as we go through the season, because I think they're pretty talented. Yeah, you know, I think for us, you know, we don't necessarily sit down and say, hey, this is our system offensively. I think we try to tailor it more year over year to the personnel that we have, which I certainly think helps us go out and be able to recruit the best student athlete that we can possibly get here. And then we tailor the offensive system. Now, I will say if you don't want to defend, this probably isn't the place for you. We're going to teach how to guard. We're going to teach how to get better defensively. But from an offensive standpoint, you know, we kind of tailor our system year over year based on the personnel that we have and what we feel like is best going to fit who we have on our roster. Yeah, well, I guess we'll start with Avery Marchino, who happens to be my niece. She's our lone returning starter from last year's team, averaged 10 points per game. I think the best thing about Avery is she's really worked on her shot this year. And so while she could shoot it pretty well last year, I think she's going to be a lot more deadly from the three-point arc this year. She's a 6-foot combo guard and going to play a big role for us. Ramiah Kennedy is a 5'10" sophomore from Wichita, and you know, Ramiah just always shows up in the biggest spots and hit a big-time three in the corner here against Butler back last November to really help us kind of get a lead, and then she kept it for us with a couple free throws down the stretch. And every time we were in a big moment last year, I felt like revisiting the film after the season, Ramiah Kennedy tended to be in the lineup for us. So she's going to play a big role for us, and she does a lot of great work and has shown some really, really good leadership skills here this fall. Trinity Holmes is another ultra-athletic guard forward hybrid player, 5'11", athlete that can shoot the three. She's worked relentlessly on her three-point shot this offseason. And I mean, for me, Trinity Holmes is probably one of the more prouder coach moments I've had since coming back here. Just her ability to you know, really develop this off season. She didn't play a lot for us last year, but man, she's going to make a difference for us this season, and I'm super excited for our fans to get to see the transformation that Trinity Holmes has made, not only in her game, but just in her you know, everyday life, and she's just doing a great job for us. And so the final returner for us is Destiny Alexander, high motor, 6 foot, post player, I guess you could call her, but she's a 4. She'll play a 4 at the next level. Highest motor player for us, and in terms of going out and getting defensive rebounds, and then nobody's beating Destiny down the floor when she runs to the rim. And so Destiny just really puts a ton of pressure on opposing defenses, and her high motor is going to create extra possessions and extra opportunities for us all year long. Yeah, I mean, I think after we had our spring meetings last year and we really kind of decided, okay, like these are the 4 that are coming back, then we kind of really tried to hit recruiting and find pieces that would fit in really well with those sophomores, and I think we've done that. Our freshmen have been fantastic coming in and working hard. I think one of the, you know, the biggest feedbacks that I received through the Jamboree season was, man, your team just plays really, really hard. We might not have a 6'4" player, we might not have a 6'3" player, but we've got a lot of hard-working ladies that really get after it both offensively and defensively. And so the freshmen have meshed well. They all have really good IQs, but can they come together as a team and perform well on a night-to-night basis and be super consistent? Because we all know the Jayhawks are a really, really hard league. Yeah, I mean, we don't have any breaks. We play in La Junta, Colorado at Otero at their classic here this weekend, October 31st and November 1st. Then we're home for a home classic November 8th and 9th, and we hope our fans come out and pack the greenhouse to watch this group. And then we go and actually play against a former Lady Saint head coach, Austin Medford, and his New Mexico junior college group on the 14th and 15th. We play in their classic in Hobbs. So that's our non-conference season, which always happens super quick because the Jayhawk has 24 conference games, so you really don't get a whole lot of time to gel non-conference wise. But conference is going to be really, really hard again, and it's not just top heavy. I really think 1 through 13, this is a league that you have no nights off in, and so what do you do to prepare, and how do you prepare your team for that every single night is something that you've got to get better and better at as the year goes on. And I think we've done that the first 2 years, and I'm looking forward to starting this journey with this crew on Friday.